What's up, everybody? This is Jake Berlin with Apocalypse Movies, and this is my review of the Purge election year. The Purge election year is the third entry into the franchise. Frank Grillo returns as his character from the film Anarchy. He is now a Secret Service arm for a senator who is running to shut down the Purge, and that actress is Elizabeth Mitchell. Some positives of the film for me. First of all, the story of the film I think is fantastic, tying into the election going on in real life right now. It was a great storyline. Having a senator who wants running for president, and her ultimate goal is to shut down the Purge. And then you have the forefathers, the founding fathers, who want to ultimately kill her on Purge night because she wants to shut down the Purge. And it's about that night of them coming after her. And I'll get into that a little bit later once I touch on my negatives, but I thought the story, the idea of the film was really great. A couple other positives: I thought Elizabeth Mitchell was really good as the senator, as well as Frank Grillo returning in his character. I thought they were great together, as he is basically her guardian, going through the night of the Purge. We don't see a lot of Elizabeth Mitchell in films now these days. She was known for Lost, but I think she's fantastic, especially in this specific role and the character she was given. Her family being killed 18 years beforehand because of the Purge, and that's the reason why she does all this. But Frank Grillo definitely, he's just great in the role. Hardened, badass with some arms, and the fact that the backstory from the second film, where his son was killed on the Purge night, and why the end of the second film kind of evolutionized into this film, and why he does this. He's great at what he does, and he's given these roles, and he was great in it. I hope that he hopefully returns for a fourth one if they end up doing a fourth one, because he definitely has brought this franchise to a new level after the first Purge. But as with every film is not perfect, and of course the Purge, definitely not a perfect film. And there's some big negatives for me. First off, the whole side story with the young teenagers going after the store clerk did not work at all. It was fun games in the beginning, but then it kind of got over the top a little bit. Luckily, it ended quickly, but it just took me out of the film and the overall story of the film. And second, it kind of became an action movie. And the first Purge and even the second Purge, they were more horror-centric movies, and this one was a lot action-heavy. It didn't have that horror element. It wasn't too scary, which is what I was looking for in this movie. And the fact you think of the Purge and what can happen in real life, that's scary, and that's kind of what you want these movies to be. And I'm not against it being an action movie, but these movies are supposed to be horror-centric a little bit, and that's kind of what they market it as, because it's a scary night. All murder and crime is legal for one night for 12 hours. How is that not scary? So those are definitely some of my negatives. And it didn't take away from the positives, but it did take away a little bit of the film for me. It took me out of it a little bit, but I still enjoyed the film a lot. There's some good stuff in there. It definitely leaves the door open for a sequel. This franchise is making a lot of money. It's been a great idea, and it tied to what's going on in real life now. So who knows what can happen in 2-3 years and what it can tie into then. So for an overall score for me, I'm going to give the Purge election year a 6 out of 10. Still a very enjoyable movie. I definitely recommend it, especially if you're a horror or action fan, and especially if you're a fan of this franchise, because I think it is the best in the franchise yet. Frank Grillo, Elizabeth Mitchell, they do a great job in this movie. I thought the director did a good job of tying it into real life and really building on that storyline that he created. Just a few things here and there that took me out of the movie. So again, Purge election year, 6 out of 10. Make sure you check out all the reviews here on Apocalypse Movies YouTube channel. You can find me, Jake Berlin, on Twitter and Instagram at QuigonJake, apocalypsemovies.com every day, and this YouTube channel every week. Until next time, bye-bye.